linear relation and rate of change. So here we have another question related to pizza and toppings. And the idea here is to understand how to solve these problems algebraically. In the other question, we took the help of a graph. Now the question is, the cost of a 12-inch pizza depends on the number of toppings. A pizza with 3 toppings costs $9 and the one with 5 toppings costs $10.50. Write an equation in the form of y equals to mx plus b. Relating the situation, state the meaning of the variables. Okay, now the variables here are the independent variable x and the dependent variable y, right? So in this equation, y equals to mx plus b, these are the two variables. X is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. Now what is x? X, the independent variable, is number of toppings. Since we see that with the number of toppings, cost changes. So what changes is the cost with the number of toppings. Therefore, the variables are x, which gives you number of toppings, correct? And y is cost, and that too in dollars, of pizza. Since the cost depends on the number of toppings, so that is what we get, meaning of variables. Now we need to write the equation y equals to mx plus b. Now here m is rate of change. So what is m? M is rate of change. Rate of change means each additional topping will cost you how much. Good? That is m. And what is b? B is if x is 0 toppings, right? So say if number of toppings equals to 0, then what is the value of y? So that is the y-intercept. So this is the information which we need to write down our equation, right? So let's go through it once again. Now it says a pizza with 3 toppings costs $9 and the one with 5 toppings costs $10.50. So 5 toppings cost $10.50. Now let's calculate, right? So we say if the number and cost, this is the relation which we are trying to make, right? If the number of toppings is 5, let me write top 5, then it is $10.50, then it is $10.50, right? If the number of toppings is 3, then the cost is $9. So we kind of make a table. Now this table helps us to answer the question in a way, right? So let me give a shape of table here, right? So let's say we make a table here. Now in this table, we have number of toppings and respective cost. Now if I subtract, then I get what? I get 2 toppings will give me $1.50. So if 2 toppings is $1.50, then 1 topping will be how much? That gives me rate, right? 150 divided by 2, that means 0.75. That means rate of change, or in our case m, is equal to 75, right? Is 0.75. I should say 75 cents or $0.75, correct? So that is the rate of change. So we got m, right? Now how do we get b, the cost without any topping? So what we will do is, we know the cost with 3 or 5 toppings, right? So every topping is costing us $1.75, and the cost is given to us for 3 or 5 toppings. So if $1.75 is the cost of 1 topping, then 5 will cost how much? That is one way of doing it, right? And we can take away that cost from $10.50, right? So we say, now let's find cost of these toppings, right? Just toppings, right? This includes cost of pizza without topping plus topping, right? So let's take away 750, 750, 750 these many times. So if I take away 750 three times, then I can take 3 toppings cost, right? So let me write. So 3 times 75 cents will give me 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 7 is 21. So we get 2.25. So cost of 3 toppings is 2.25, correct? So if I take away this 2.25 from $9, I get the cost of pizza without any topping, correct? So I do 9, take away 2.25, correct? So if I take away 2.25 from $1, it is 75 cents. I borrowed 1 from here, so it is 8 here. 8 minus 2 is 6. So I get $6.75 as the value of B, right? Which is pizza without any topping, correct? And now we can put all these things together and write down our equation. So our equation now becomes y equals to rate of change, cost of each topping is 75 cents. So it is 0.75 x plus 6.75. 6.75. Correct? So that is how we get our equation. I hope you understand it. Now let me summarize it a bit. Now first, let's read the question once again. The cost of 12-inch pizza depends on the number of toppings. So that itself shows cost is one variable and number of toppings is the other variable. It says cost depends on number of toppings and therefore X is number of toppings and Y is cost in dollars. Correct? Second statement is a pizza with 3 toppings costs $9. So 3 toppings cost $9 and the one with 5 toppings costs $10. 5 toppings will cost $10, right? So we know cost of pizza with toppings. Now from here we can find cost of each topping, that is rate of change. So if we take away 3 from 5 we get 2, 9 from 1050 we get 150. That gives us cost of 2 toppings. Then cost of 1 will be divided by 2, 75 cents. So rate of change or cost of each topping or slope is 75 cents, right? Now we know this includes cost of 3 toppings, so we can take away 3 times 75 and get cost of pizza without topping. We could take away 5 times 75 cents and get the cost, which is 6.75 from that equation also. Once we get the value of B, that is cost of pizza with no topping, then we can write down our equation, which is y equals to 0.75x plus 6.75. It looks complicated, right? But that is how we do it. And I hope you understand and appreciate the method. Thank you.